We're diving deep into the world of motivation today. This compelling force not only drives our actions and fuels our dreams, but it also shapes our daily choices and guides us towards our goals. Have you ever pondered what pushes us to do what we do? Motivation is not just a fancy word for wanting to do something. It's a complex process happening in our brains. We often think of motivation as a single force that drives us to act, but it's actually a bit more intricate than that. Picture it like a symphony, with each part working harmoniously to create the music of motivation. This symphony is conducted by our brain, the maestro, which is continually interacting with the environment around us. Now let's take a closer look at the orchestra. There's a section of neurotransmitters, chemicals that transmit signals throughout our body. One of these key players is dopamine, often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter. When we achieve a goal or complete a task, our brain releases dopamine, creating a sense of satisfaction and pleasure. This is the brain's way of saying, "Good job, let's do that again." But dopamine isn't working alone. Other neurotransmitters like serotonin, norepinephrine, and endorphins also play significant roles in this process. Together, they create a delicate balance, influencing our mood, focus, energy levels, and even our motivation to take action. This fascinating interplay between our brain and environment is constantly shaping our motivations. It's like a dance where the music changes based on our experiences, goals, and even the challenges we face. So next time you feel the urge to do something, remember it's your brain working its magic. But what about that time when you had to do something you didn't want to? How did your brain handle that? You see, our brains are fascinating and complex entities, ever ready to play a crucial role in how we approach tasks and goals. And one of the most compelling mechanisms it employs is motivation. Motivation, in simple terms, is our desire to do things. But did you know there are two types of motivation? Yes, there are. The first one is intrinsic motivation, and the second one is extrinsic motivation. Now let's dive into these a bit more. Intrinsic motivation is that internal drive, that feeling of satisfaction you get when you do something because you genuinely enjoy it or because it's personally challenging. It's like reading a captivating novel because you love the thrill of each turn of the page, or solving a complex puzzle because you enjoy the mental stimulation. It's all about personal interest and enjoyment, and it's a powerful motivator. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is driven by external factors. This could be a reward, like a bonus at work, or avoiding a punishment, like doing your homework to avoid getting a bad grade. It can also be about competition, striving to be the best, or even social recognition. It's the carrot and stick approach, if you will. But here's the thing, neither type of motivation is inherently better than the other. They both have their place and can be effective in different situations. Intrinsic motivation might be more sustainable in the long run, as it's based on personal fulfillment. But extrinsic motivation can be a great kickstarter for tasks that might not be inherently enjoyable. So whether it's the joy of cooking a meal from scratch because you love the process, or cleaning your room because you know you'll get a reward, motivation is the key. It's the fuel that keeps your engine running, the spark that lights your fire. So whether you're driven by a love for what you do or the promise of a reward, it all comes down to motivation. Now, how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? Well, let's dive into some practical tips to boost your motivation. First and foremost, set clear and achievable goals. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of ticking off a task on your to-do list, right? It gives you a sense of direction and purpose. Next, find a personal interest in your tasks. If you can connect what you're doing to something you're passionate about, your motivation will skyrocket. It's all about finding that personal why. Lastly, don't forget to reward yourself. Positive reinforcement can go a long way in maintaining your motivation. So next time you finish a task, treat yourself. You've earned it. Increased motivation can lead to higher productivity and ultimately success. It's a powerful tool that can propel you forward in your personal and professional life. So go forth and let the power of motivation guide you to success.